You look at the calendar, realize you have a major event, a vacation, or a wedding coming up in a few weeks, and panic sets in. You look in the mirror and think, I need to lose 15 pounds of fat and I need to do it by yesterday. So you choose the nuclear option. You slash your calories to zero, join the cardio crew, live on green juice and lettuce leaves, and pray for a miracle. Meet Person A. He does exactly this. In 2 weeks, the scale drops by 10 pounds. He thinks he won, but when he takes his shirt off, he doesn't look athletic or toned. He looks soft, deflated, and skinny fat. He has no energy, his metabolism is completely trashed, and his body looks worse than when he started. Now meet Person B. He is a busy professional with a hectic schedule, zero time to spend 2 hours a day in the gym, but he uses a precise scientific loophole. He loses fat at the absolute fastest speed humanly possible, but he sets a strict biological boundary. He keeps every single ounce of his hard-earned muscle, strips away the pure body fat, and looks incredibly sharp, athletic, and cut. What is the exact mathematical speed limit for fat loss before your body decides to turn on your muscle tissue and eat it for fuel? Most people completely ruin their physiques because they don't know this limit exists. I am going to show you the precise science-backed protocol to hit the absolute maximum rate of pure fat loss without losing a single gram of muscle, perfectly tailored for a busy lifestyle. But first, we need to look at why Person A's rapid success was actually a biological illusion. If you think dropping weight rapidly on the scale means you are successfully losing fat, you are falling for the biggest trap in fitness. Your body is a master of survival. When you aggressively starve yourself like Person A, the initial weight drop isn't fat at all. It's a mix of stored carbohydrates, systemic inflammation, and massive amounts of water weight. But here's the terrifying reality that personal trainers won't tell you. The human body can only physically liberate and burn fat cells at a specific speed. The moment you push past that biological speed limit, your brain panics, hits an emergency override switch, and starts breaking down your muscle tissue to convert it into emergency energy. You're literally paying to shrink your own biceps and shoulders. To find the absolute fastest way to drop pure fat without triggering this muscle destruction protocol, we have to look at the hard physics of your metabolism. Loop 1. The crash diet cataclysm. Let's look at what happens inside Person A's body when he cuts his calories down to starvation levels. When your energy intake drops off a cliff, your thyroid hormone production plummets, your stress hormone, cortisol, spikes through the roof, and your body enters a state of metabolic adaptation. Because muscle tissue requires a massive amount of calories just to exist, your body realizes, hey, we're starving. This heavy muscle is a luxury we can no longer afford. Your body actively suppresses muscle protein synthesis and begins converting your muscle tissue into glucose through a process called gluconeogenesis. You lose weight fast, but you emerge from the diet weaker, with a slower resting metabolism and holding on to your stubborn fat stores as a survival mechanism. This is why crash dieters instantly gain all the weight back as pure fat the moment they eat a normal meal. So, if starving yourself forces your body to cannibalize its own muscle tissue, how does Person B avoid this trap while still losing fat at lightning speed? It all comes down to finding your personal, non-negotiable mathematical threshold. Loop 2. The scientific speed limit. The hit and trial protocol. To achieve the fastest possible fat loss without losing muscle, you have to find your baseline. Forget the generalized online advice or the old body weight times 15 calorie rules. Honestly, even standard BMR and TBEE calculators are just statistical guesses. There is absolutely no calculator on Earth that can give you your exact maintenance calories because it doesn't know your genetics, your metabolism history, or how much you fidget throughout the day. If you just plug your numbers into a website and instantly start a severe diet based on that random number, you are flying blind. The real hack: you must use the calculator only as a starting hypothesis. Then you run a 1 to 3 week scientific experiment on yourself. You eat that exact estimated number of calories every day for up to 21 days while tracking your morning weight and food intake. This is a game of hit and trial. If your weight stays perfectly flat over those 3 weeks, congratulations, you have successfully hunted down your true real-world maintenance calories. Now you are ready to build the perfect deficit. According to extensive clinical data, the absolute fastest rate of weight loss you can sustain without experiencing significant muscle wasting is 1% of your total body weight per week. Once you've found your true real-world maintenance through your hit and trial phase, you create a calculated deficit of roughly 20 to 25% below that number, no lower. This forces your body to pull the remaining energy directly from your fat stores while fully protecting your muscle. Now you know the math behind the speed limit and how to find your real baseline, but knowing the numbers won't save your muscle if you don't give your body a physical reason to keep it. If you have a busy lifestyle, this next protocol is your ultimate insurance policy. Loop 3. The Busy Professional Protective Blueprint. If you're a busy professional working a demanding job, you don't have the time to live in the gym. Person B uses 2 simple, non-negotiable pillars to fully protect his muscle while maintaining a fast fat loss pace. 1. The amino acid shield. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body is actively looking for protein blocks to repair itself. If you don't eat enough protein, it will harvest it from your muscles. You must keep your daily protein intake strictly between 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Even if your calories are low, a high protein intake signals the brain that there is an abundance of building blocks available, which completely freezes muscle breakdown. 2. The heavy retention signal. You do not need to do endless hours of exhausting cardio to burn fat. In fact, too much chronic cardio can accelerate muscle loss during a cut. Instead, you only need 2 to 3 full-body resistance training sessions per week, lasting just 45 minutes. You don't train to burn calories. You train to send a heavy mechanical tension signal to your central nervous system. When you lift heavy weights, you tell your body, we still need this muscle to lift heavy objects in our environment. Do not burn it for fuel. By combining your real-world hit-and-trial deficit, high protein, and brief, heavy lifting sessions, you turn your body into a pure fat-burning machine. But this strategy opens up a massive, raging debate in the fitness world that has everyone arguing in the comments. The Great Speed Debate. This is where the fitness community completely splits down the middle. One side argues that aggressive, rapid fat loss at the 1% limit is too stressful for the body and causes psychological burnout. They swear that a slow, conservative 6-month approach is the only way to succeed long-term. But the other side points to modern clinical studies showing that individuals who see rapid, highly motivating results in the first few weeks are statistically far more likely to stick to their goals and keep the fat off permanently compared to those moving at a snail's pace. Drop a comment down below right now. Are you team rapid scientific cut, or do you prefer the slow and steady approach? Let's debate the data down in the comments. Stop chasing rapid scale drops based on flawed online calculators. Spend those first 3 weeks playing hit and trial to lock down your real maintenance. Target a clean 1% body weight drop per week, secure your daily protein, and lift heavy a few times a week to protect your armor. But remember the final law of physical transformation. Creating the perfect fat loss deficit and protecting your muscle is only half the battle. If you want to emerge from your cut looking incredibly athletic and powerful, you have to understand what actually triggers your muscle fibers to repair, densify, and grow in the first place once the fat is gone. Because as we know, lifting weights alone doesn't actually grow the muscle tissue. It only starts the process. If you want to understand the exact molecular pathways that force your body to build dense athletic muscle right after your training sessions, watch this video next.